Hi there folks, I am posting this little video to show a completed deck that combines both proxies and regular printing MTG cards. This is mostly cards from BL and VZ, so this is a mixture of the 3.0 and 4.0 cards with a few 2.0 in there as well, I believe, from that list of singles from VZ. And a couple of cards from Cardmire, at least one, and we'll talk a little bit about that at the end. But I kind of wanted just to show how, once again, this is a double-sleeved card. These are KMC Hypermatte, the one that everyone swears by, so these are the navy blue ones, which I thought were very cool. It's got the perfect fit. None of them had any fit issues with the perfect fit sleeves, so I just kind of wanted to go through and show about 2/3 of the cards here are going to be the proxies, so I'll point out the ones that are absolutely real. This deck is Paradoxical Storm, which is a lot of fun for people who are not familiar with Vintage or who haven't spent a lot of time playing Vintage. It really is so fun and so broken, and you do such crazy stuff. So Merchant Scroll is one of the real singles. And again, you notice how they kind of blend in. Brainstorm, obviously real. Walk, Will, Beta Tutor. Now, this is one of the kind of off-printed Volcanic Islands. I've got a playset of the 3.0 coming in the mail that has the white text that are going to be corrected, so I'll stand by on that. Tendrils is definitely a real deal. Paradoxical Outcome. Now, I've noticed here with the foil printing, somebody was looking at this and wondering if because they had a slightly off-centered MTG symbol, if that meant that it was a fake. I think that some of them just have a slightly off-centered cut. That's a tiny thing to have to cut with tolerance. So, Cataxian Probe, real card. Another PO there. You can tell it's the real thing. Sensei's Top, totally a proxy. Tezzeret is definitely a real card, and you can see here somebody had mentioned that the border of Jace is pretty green in the 4.0, and it's pretty green in general if you look at these guys. So Twister, Chrome Mox, definitely proxies. Real guy, totally real. Grim Monolith, which I was really kind of worried about because of that, again, that very clear rosette pattern. Once it's played in the sleeve from far enough away, you can't really see it. That's real, and real again. This is the Cardmire Time Vault, and I mean, wow, 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 guys. It even has the correct kind of weird off-centering for Unlimited. The coloring is very good for Unlimited, and if you can see here, this is pretty close up, there's very little of that. You might see some kind of film grain or some video grain, but this thing is very clear. It does not suffer nearly from the same problems that the other Cardmire stuff comes from. I've actually ordered the set of Power 9 from Cardmire for Unlimited since it was available. Real, definitely fake. Real, 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 totally fake. And you can kind of see how as they come through, they look really great. I mean, they don't draw attention. I mean, obviously, except for their newness. Like this would be for casual play. I'd probably put some wear on this if I wanted to pull it out in a tournament. But especially for cards that don't stay in play very long. This is a Cardmire Lion's Eye Diamond, which again, if you notice, I mean, the fuzziness that you see on some Cardmire cards just really isn't here in the same way. So I am overall very impressed with some of these other printings. My initial skepticism about Cardmire is somewhat allayed. So real Chain of Vapor, obviously a proxy. Not obviously, but this is a proxy because I got all of the BL Power 9. Let's see, there's the Force. Tolarian Academy, again, it still kind of sticks out. It is a little dark. It is a little purple. I might actually shell out for the real one eventually. Blight Steel looks great. Mystical Tutor, totally real. Imperial Seal, totally a proxy. Probe again. Mox Opal is a proxy. Tinker, again, nice and saturated. I mean, sometimes we say, oh gosh, that proxy is oversaturated, but the real cards do show a lot of saturation. So Probe, Jet, it'll be there. Underground Sea. I mean, and so let's see here. sleeve, this is one I was really kind of concerned about, is a Yawgmoth's Will, but honestly, sleeved, it looks pretty awesome. Like a lot of the contrast kind of stuff, I mean, I don't think, especially since it just goes directly to the graveyard and everybody knows what it is, it's not going to really be a problem, even though I think that this is a 2.0 card. Preordain is absolutely real. Memory Jar. This is one that I went ahead and grabbed. I don't remember if it's on any of the proxy lists, but it's pretty good. And then Defense Grid is definitely real. But again, these are all fairly easy to acquire cards, and you know, there are a lot of pieces in here that would be less than the cost of their proxy counterpart, and or are not printed in proxy. So I wanted to at least show the deck, and again, you just can't tell at all, especially if you're expecting to see these cards. No one's going to stop you about them. I mean, they really look amazing once they're sleeved like this. So that's a ringing endorsement for BL, for VZ, and of course for Cardmire. I mean, that Time Vault, man, I mean, that thing is incredible. So I'm really looking forward. In fact, I've got the power, and I'll show you a side by side. Let's grab that Lotus there. You can kind of see this is a lot truer to that unlimited printing, honestly. It gives you kind of that browner look, and this one has a little bit more sharpness and a little bit more redness to it. So I'm getting the other unlimited power so that it doesn't draw any attention. But and then this will go into another deck probably. But just to kind of show you side by side, very impressive overall. So good luck.